Gotta say welcome, Mark. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Walkie Talkie. So today we have with us Alan. And Alan's going to tell you a little bit about himself. Far away out and sort of throw him in the deep end. So being one of our first podcasts and being quite new to all of us, we thought it'd be quite good to get a couple of the guys on who have been on Walk and Talk from, what's the word? Not from my perspective, from somebody else's perspective of what we do, how it's benefited them, how it could benefit you. If you're watching this thinking, I don't know if I want to go meet a group of lads and have a walk down the beach and a cup of tea. But, so how long have you been with us now, Alan?
January this year, it would have been.
Was it?
Yeah, early January.
What was the first one you come to? Can you remember? Was it
It was a charity one, actually. Well, not so much. Sean's mother passed away, if you remember.
Yeah.
And the home she was in, he was raising money for. So we did from the circus to Case the Lifeboat.
And back, yeah.
And back, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you done the walk all the way down and back, yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah. That was, well, I think at the time they said it was about 5 or 6 miles, but I don't think they realised that was each way.
Yeah, a lot of people there as well.
Yeah. There's about a couple hundred of us in the end, weren't there?
And I just started walking, and I met Sean, I think it was, from Caister.
Yeah,
and
Sean,
he was then telling me, and I knew about Walk and Talk, so I was thinking about getting on it for about 3 or 4 months before, but I had so much going on, and I never had the bottle to do it.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to cut in with, the other thing is I've noticed with a lot of the guys who come on the walk is getting them over that very first. It's no different, is it? Like walking into a pub for the first time, you think, oh, there's a little bit, elder anxiety kicks in. Am I going to get on with everyone? Is it going to be a bunch of idiots? But then once you get over that first hurdle, turn up to the first one, well, as you know, obviously we're now nearly round to January again soon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so much has happened. It's a big change in me, but
yeah.
When after the Caister one, I don't think there was another walk for about 2 weeks, but the next week, you were having a breakfast at the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
And I thought, am I going to go? So I did. I just turned up there.
Yeah.
And I see these guys outside smoking or whatever they were doing, and never thought anything of it. So I walked in, sat at the bar on my own, and then I see Liam come out, but I didn't realise he'd just come from the loos, washed his hands. I said, oh, hello, I'm Alan.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Your hands are wet.
And I heard Liam going outside and say, oh, there's a new boy inside.
Yeah, and then it turned out you knew Liam anyway, didn't you? Liam, or
from years and years ago, yeah.
Small world.
I knew his mum from years and years ago.
Everyone remember Liam's mum. Oh, that's a low one. Cut that out, what? No, leave that in, she'll be fine.
And that was the first one, sitting at that breakfast. I don't know if I sat next to you in the end.
No, you didn't. You sat a few spaces away, and I'll tell you for why.
Yeah. I had Swanee Swanston opposite me. What was his name? And I haven't seen him since.
Yes, Martin Swanee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good chap. Yeah, he do a lot locally as well, doesn't he? Yeah, I like Swanee. But I remember that one because I remember looking down the group of lads at Breakfast Club, which reminds me, if you're not sure what Breakfast Club is, we meet once a month normally. We had a Christmas dinner this month, so we didn't. But January we'll have and February and onwards, normal Breakfast Club. There's normally about 15 or 20 of us in there.
Yeah, on average.
On average. Good group of lads. We try and pick somewhere different every time. We'll talk about that in a minute because I had some good breakfast. But yeah, so I remember seeing you at that Breakfast Club, first time you'd sort of joined us, and thinking to myself, poor old chap down there doesn't look too sharp, I'm not going to lie. And then I think the pivotal moment for me was somebody said a joke. I can't remember what the joke was. That was something quite funny. And I remember seeing you laughing and thinking, that's the part that needs reigniting, do you know what I mean? Like, I even, somebody shared something to me today, some famous comedian, can't be that famous because I can't remember him, but fairly famous, and he was saying about, especially when it comes to men's mental health, one of the biggest parts of, the positive thing to help with that is definitely humour. And ever since we started the group, I've always tried to instill a bit of humour into it, and it's nice to see that all the lads, no matter what they've gone through, or what trauma or tragedies or hard times or anything, that's kind of knocked them off their pedestal of happiness, if you like, humour's a good way of bringing you back. So I've got a lot of time for a bit of humour, and obviously I've spent the last year with you on and off, and
See the difference.
See the difference, mate. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself, mate. Honestly, from the person you were in January, definitely to what the person you are now. Well,
I can't believe it myself, and other people, as I say now, I can say from my old life,
is that right? Yeah.
see me now and
Totally
sort of like
different.
can't believe that the difference.
Yeah, if I'd have been saying to you last January, this time next year, Alan, you'll be coming and seeing me and going, I'm coming to that Mario Kart event. I've bought myself a costume.
Nobody knows about that yet.
They do know. The good thing is, this podcast wouldn't come out until after this weekend, so everyone would have already seen it, so we could talk about it. But
I never do stuff like that. That's crazy. Certainly, like even sitting here talking, I never do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for talking, walk and talk,
yeah,
I honestly don't think I would be here because the state I was in last January and Christmas,
yeah.
was doing stupid things and stuff, and
To where you are now, mate.
yeah, it's like totally different. Like I've told you before, I don't get on with December because stuff that's happened in the past in December.
Yeah.
So Christmas is not my favourite time, but this year I'm handling it.
Yeah, and we're nearly halfway through the month already,
Yeah,
aren't we? So
I don't even look at the date. I can't even tell you what the date is. 10th, 10th, 11th,
10th, something like that. Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it's crazy, mate, crazy. But no, I think it's testament to how well you've got on, how well the group's been doing.
It is testament to how Walk and Talk does actually work.
Yeah.
Because I know going back, well, I'm now, 64. I've had sort of like head troubles, as I call them, since I was about 9, I think. First psychiatrist, I think I see when I was about 11.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do the ink blots. Remember the old ink
yeah,
blots?
yeah. What image do you see and all that? Yeah.
And he got really annoyed because I kept saying butterfly, but that's all I could see.
Yeah.
And he was saying, well, there must be something else there. And I'm like, I'm only sort of like 11, I think I was. Well, you asked me to say what it is. Well, that's what I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he's asking me to tell him that I'm saying something different.
That doesn't sound like that's going to work to fix an issue, does it?
No.
Definitely
and on
not.
various visits to psychiatric hospitals when I've had to go in, sort of like in as inpatient, you go through all your stuff you do with the psychiatrist, psychologist, and all the rest of the stuff. Brilliant, they know the job, but they've only got it out of the book. They ain't lived it. They ain't seen the things. They ain't woke up and seen things on the end of the bed and all this kind of stuff, But in the evenings when the staff and that was quiet and sort of like the patients were just sitting there and we started telling jokes and we were laughing on a psychiatric ward. And that did us more good than all the tablets, I swear by it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, mate, I think humour's a very, even just to go back towards the humour side, we done the sleep out, obviously, last weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw or not, somebody shared it on a Facebook post and blah, blah. And it was a great experience. And I think because I'd wrote the write-up of it with my usual sort of injection of a bit of humour and, pictures of obviously the guys eating pizza and stuff like that, somebody had jumped straight on and said, oh, well, I don't think that's very appropriate.
Oh,
blah,
I
blah,
read
blah,
that,
blah.
yeah.
And to be fair, the lady, I kind of jumped straight on it and, we sort of made our peace and we could both see each other's side. And I thought afterwards, when I'd kind of had time to reflect, I thought, well, I don't think people really still even now get that that's not humour making fun of a situation. It's actually dealing with what can be a very traumatic, harsh situation with a bit of humour. There's a difference, And like you said, it's a really good. Like they say, laughter's the best medicine, don't they? And I agree. Look at the walks. I think some of the best walks we've had have been when either someone's told a joke or something funny's happened or anything along them lines. That's
Nobody's safe in Galston.
No, that's right. Yeah, I was like the one thing I'd never realised with doing the walk is and it sounds obvious, but you don't think about it there. But a group of men together walk, and even though you know yourself, there's people of all ages, from 18 up to I think the oldest guy we had 78, something like that. Is you can look quite intimidating.
Yeah.
If there's 20 or 30 or 40 or 15 or like on our busiest one with over 100 guys all walking in unison, I've noticed because we're walking the same place now, we don't really get them sort of looks. But
they know us now.
They know us now. Us the Walk and Talk boys. But whereas before, especially, we used to get quite a lot of people look and think like some poor old lady walking a dog or something, and be like, "No, mate, you try to look. We're no threat to you." Do you know what I mean? We're not football hooligans or funny how life turned out, isn't it? Ah,
I look forward to them so much, so that gets me out of bed on the weekends, them Sundays, because
yeah,
some of the times, I mean, I seem to do now so much at the weekends, I'm knackered on the Mondays.
yeah,
And I just spend the rest of the time in the flat or going doing some washing or
chilling
something.
out,
I just can't be able. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. Took it all out of you. I'm the same though. So even this weekend, obviously, I know we done the sleep out, which took the best out of us, but then we had the Christmas dinner.
yeah,
So then I didn't think I came in to work Monday. I had to have Monday off. Same. And I was like, I really should go in. I've got loads to do, but I don't think I've got the mental capacity. It's been such a hectic, fun weekend. Yeah.
yeah, that was lush, wasn't it, that meal?
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, that was a good meal. Yeah, really good.
Even the sleep out. I never slept. Me and I was talking to Steve all night. We were laughing and joking all night.
Yeah.
And we looked round and everybody was sort of like sleeping. We was like, oh, better be quiet or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just listening to him for the night.
I bet he had some stories. Didn't he?
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
He'd been homeless for 2 or 3 years, hasn't he?
3 years,
3
I think he was
years.
saying. Some of the places he'd been to, and that is, you think. I can see what that lady was saying, right, we're only doing it for one night, but we're not basically trying to reenact it, are we? We're just trying to bring attention to it.
So exactly
And
that,
was
mate.
like,
We're not trying to say, oh look, we've gone through this for one night, so it makes us on the same level. I'm the first to admit, I don't think I had a more positive experience that night than when I literally got home and in a heated house. And, do you know what I mean? Normal sort of life. But like you just said, it's more to bring a spotlight onto that for the homeless guys, and to obviously raise a few funds for some, presents for the kids at the hospital, and as well as help down with the homeless thing down at Marcus, Homeless Help GY, so they can continue their work sort of all year. I know they were out, I think, last night as well. I haven't spoken to them today, but I should imagine this time of year, especially after that one night, other than Jay, of course, in his Canada Goose coat, who turns up to a home. I mean, I did say when I was speaking to the lady, I thought to myself, I haven't really got an argument for Jay. I'm surprised he didn't turn up with a double bed and a quilt. But,
a tent.
Yeah, a tent, a heated tent.
Who doctored the photograph of the police?
Oh, did you notice that?
I sent it to him.
Did you?
He loved it.
Did he?
Yeah, I sent it to him after.
Do I commit and so it's me. Yeah. I changed it from police to donate. I thought subliminal messages might work.
I sent him the picture. He loved it. He said.
Did he? Yeah. That's definitely another story for another day. Talking about the police, I think I've probably got a 6-week podcast to do on the police. But I will say, as far as police go, and it pains me to say it, he seemed a really good copper.
He was a good copper, wasn't he? Yeah.
A really good copper, yeah. Yeah, I thought he was going to stay with us all night at one point.
I think he wanted to.
Yeah.
Maybe get security turning up.
Yeah. Oh. So, Alan, you play a bit of golf?
Well, playing it could be sort of like pushing it a bit too far. I can hack myself around a course.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I've been around a course with you myself, if you can call it that. Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
I must admit, there's a few things in life I not so much don't get, but I've never really gone down that road. It's fishing and golf.
And I'm into both of them.
But a lot of guys do both, don't they?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you find that helps as well with like the mental health side? It's a bit like the whole going to the gym thing.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Golf, I don't know why I do it sometimes, because that can be the most frustrating game possible.
Yeah.
And you think you're sort of like 400 yards from a hole and you're hitting this little ball to that 4-inch hole. And for you to get that there in 4 shots, and you think about that with your bat, your iron, whatever, there's not really even designed to be hitting a ball like that.
No.
So
No.
That's all just developed in it from the Scots and everything as well.
Yeah. Have you seen that? I don't know if they've still got it. They used to have at Alton Towers. One of them things where they've got the flag, and you got a pot. I don't know what the terminology is.
Putt.
That's it. I was close. Putt the ball. That doesn't sound right. but it's on like a little tiny island right in the middle of a lake. And if you get it in, you get, I don't know, £1,000 or
yeah, I
something.
know what you mean. Yeah,
I've had
they
a
do
few-
it on the Pro Tours.
Yeah,
as well.
over the years, I had a few goes at that and never been able to do it. And it always tells you how many people I have, and it's like 20,000 people, and only like 9 people have got it in or something.
Golf, I think it's not the game, it's more the walking and the talking again with the guys you're playing with.
Yeah.
Because you got 3 guys you're playing with, 9 times out of 10 you've been playing with them since you started golf and all that kind of stuff, and everything is just so calm.
Yeah.
And you get the benefits from that way. But for me, fishing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can sit on the beach for hours on my own. I can cast a rod out, and sometimes I won't even bother get putting bait on it. I just cast it out.
Is that right?
Yeah, because sometimes you get sort of like an old boy sitting on the beach doing nothing. Like, you get some funny looks from some people because of the way things are in the world nowadays.
It's just like a cover.
But if you're sitting there with you got your shelter and your rods out and that, you know,
Nobody bats an
quite
eyelid.
happy, and you're sitting there, you know, and that's unbelievable, especially if it's bright as well, because you get the light and everything. Because in my condition, I need more light to the back of my eyes. I'm lacking in serotonin or whatever it is, or something like that.
Yeah, we're right today then.
And that, yeah, these are. But I use a light box, and that is brilliant as well. I tell them Ray about the light box. I've had that for about 10 years. It's only sort of about a foot by about 8 inches.
Yeah.
And when you get up in the morning, turn it on, and even if I'm watching telly, drinking, that's just sat there for about 10 minutes. And that make all the difference. That's all
Does
you
it?
need it for, when you first wake up. And that can probably do to me what, according to that, 4 hours in the sun can do. So me 10 minutes on that, and that's my worst time is morning.
Yeah.
So I flick that on, and I've been doing it for so long now, I swear by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fishing.
That's something I'd have to look into, the whole light box thing.
Metal detecting, anything that would get me on the beach.
You done metal detecting?
I've got metal detectors, yeah.
Found anything good? I always fancied a bit of metal detecting, but
Coat tops and everything. That's the only good thing now, I think, where people, because they hate now, don't they, because you take them off and they're attached to the cans.
Yeah.
I think metal detectors around the world are sort of like thinking that's brilliant, because you can go around and you'll flick a number and that'll say, 18 or something. That'll be sort of like gold or something like that. That's a tab, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Of a can? Oh. He had any really good finds? Or?
No, not as yet.
Not yet.
Then again, see,
You
I've
only
only
need
started that this year as well, you see, so
Yeah.
everything is sort of like new. So now, before, when I used to wake up, I had stuff to do, but it was in the flat, if you know what I mean, and that ain't different. But now, because I'm an early riser now, I just love getting out and going down the beach.
Yeah.
And that gets me up and going a lot quicker than 4 cups of coffee do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah,
I
fantastic.
swear by it.
I don't know where we'd get all the metal detectors from, but how cool would it be to have a walk and... we'd have to think of a new name instead of walk and talk. It'd be walk and, I don't know, walk and gold hunt or something.
I'm sure some of the guys must have metal
detectors,
detectors.
yeah.
You'd be surprised.
That's one thing I've never done, but I always fancy to go. Yeah, look quite...
It's not hard. It's literally just doing this.
yeah, side to side.
Yeah.
I was
Then you
thinking
get
to
the heart
myself,
go when you get beep beep
Beep,
beep
beep,
beep
beep.
beep.
I think you're not going to... I could be wrong, but I don't think you'll find anything great in Yarmouth. But you never know, I suppose.
No, but it's not always stuff that's dropped on the beach. Now we've just had that storm and that wind from the east.
Yeah.
That could be stuff that's been out there, and because of the
washed up.
east, and it's just washed in, and that's all be down by the water's edge.
All right,
So
yeah.
that's where you want to go, down by the water's edge.
Oh,
Or under the pier. They say people are still dropping coins down the slots in the pier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be worth a look, definitely.
That was Steve that was telling me that the other night.
Is that right, yeah? I suppose he must know all them little secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Where to sleep in town, where to get the dry bits.
Yeah. Did Ollie fall asleep in the end?
Yeah.
I think he was awake when I went to sleep.
But he was sat up. He was sort of like, and all you could see was his hood.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, same as Anthony. He was like a cocoon, all covered.
I think we kept John awake. But he was all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he was down the end with you guys, wasn't he? Yeah.
But he wished he'd gone up the other end then.
You have Rambo down there as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rambo only had about half hour, I think, 3/4 an hour.
Yeah.
He was quite happy making his punch, and
It wasn't a bad punch, to
that
be
was
fair.
nice, yeah.
Do you have any coffee and Baileys?
No,
Didn't you?
no. I'm off alcohol for the time being. I'm not chancing that before Christmas.
No. Yeah, maybe save it for next year.
Yeah. This is a big thing for me to get through December. and I will do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Before we know it, that'll be January. The nights will be drawn out, and
Yeah,
we'll be raring to go again.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, we've been lucky on them walks. I think...
yeah, but even the crap weather ones ain't been too bad, have they?
No. And still I get a good turnout. Even the other week when we had a little bit of rain, I thought, oh, there might only be 3 or 4 of us, and there's still over 20, I think 25 of us. It's good. Yeah, fantastic.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Need to get it out there more, don't we, sort of things.
We do indeed, yeah. Yeah, well, hence why we're starting
to drag the people like me in that were like I was in January.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to come, but that's why I sort of like tend to get there a bit early now, because if there is a new guy, I'll try and sort of like pick him out and talk to him first.
Yeah.
Because I remember what it was like for me, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
One of the things for me, I'll be honest with you, mate, it's probably the most rewarding thing about the group is exactly that, in that every guy who came or was coming along, you can see the progression for me personally from start to, where they are sort of at this point. But one of the first things, as soon as they're out of that real low spot, is they want to help the next person.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful sight, because it's not a case of people come and go, if you went to the doctors and they give you tablets or, put you on some course and you thought, oh, well, actually I feel loads better and I'm a bit more positive and I'm great. That would then stop. That doesn't then resonate, and it doesn't help anybody else. So granted, that's great. One person gets helped. But with one thing I've found with the group is, like you said, you went on a walk, see Sean, and he started, you come to the walk. So you come to the walk, it's done you the world of good.
Because then I felt I knew somebody.
Exactly that. It breaks that coldness of walking in and not knowing anyone, doesn't it? And then, obviously, there's a ripple effect. So like you say, you then get there early. If you see anyone sort of walking around, look like they're going to join. We've had guys turn up and, it's been that bad. We've had guys turn up before, and they've eventually came as such on one of the walks and gone, I did come 2 weeks ago, but I couldn't get out of the car. I pulled up, and then I went home, and the missus said, how'd you get on? I went, I had a great time, knowing full well that I hadn't been, do you know what I mean? So I thought, well, I've got to go to the next one, and they've joined, but you think how many people have maybe even got that close and not just gone over that last little hurdle?
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I can't remember feeling like this in the whole of my life, and I'm not exaggerating.
Right, yeah.
That is how different I feel, like the little snip I said about to you in the car, sort of like the personal bit. I mean, that's just happened all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that's like everything sort of like opening up. There's, I don't like the light at the end of the tunnel, sort of like saying, but
you can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Yeah, that's good, mate, that's good.
And, and I know I got all you guys to thank for it, and
it's
all I want to do now is put back in about it, but then you got to watch me, because I can sort of like get too enthusiastic, if you know what I mean. And you'll be thinking, shit, he's only been here 10 minutes and he's taken over.
No, that's the beauty of this, mate, is there's no, yourself, there's no hierarchy, and I don't think, I've had a couple of people mention to me before and say like, so-and-so not seem to be taken over, but they seem to be like really a little bit too, trying to turn it into their sort of thing. And I'm like, in all fairness, there's no competition. We're all here to help one another. And if everyone was like that, it'd actually benefit the group, the more the merrier. Same as gym club. You've been going gym club now since that's pretty much started, haven't you?
Yeah. I missed a couple of weeks for COVID, didn't I?
Yeah.
Should have missed the next week.
yeah. Should have missed the third one. I think...
Thank God for Derek. I think I'd have face planted the concrete outside if he hadn't have been there.
Yeah. I think when someone came up to me and said, I think we might need to call Alan an ambulance, was the moment I thought, how's this going to look? Men's mental health support group starts weekly gym sessions, and one of the members, unfortunately, gets taken away in an ambulance. But the week after was a massive improvement, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, massive improvement.
Last week was a killer.
Yeah.
I can't believe I couldn't do 2 press-ups.
So they're hard. And I don't want to. We can always cut this bit out, but I don't want to say it. But I think last week Steve was on a bit of a mission with everyone. It's hard work. But I think it should be an easier one tonight. Are you going tonight?
I don't know yet. I'm hoping to, but
Depends how long the podcast runs on.
oh yeah, of course it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close.
I'm so used to it being dark outside. You can get sort of like 4 o'clock. It goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Sort of lose track of all time.
Yeah, yeah. Right. And I think that pretty much brings us to the end of what will be, I guess, the very first podcast.
Thank you.
It's like history being written as we speak. Thank you for coming in, Alan. Really appreciate it.
It's been good.
Yeah, and again, something new, something different.
Yeah.
Another string to add to your bow.
Another comfort zone gone.
Yeah, yeah. And now I thought it went well. One of our, what would you call yourself, production managers has come up with a suggestion that at the end of every podcast, our guest just gives us a few words of wisdom. And so far away.
Had to be quite easy, really. One word: talk.
Talk.
That's it. Talk.
Yeah. That's good, that. Considering we put you right on the spot, then you didn't get any time to think.
You got any chance, yeah.
But very, very true. I think.
Surprised how your brain reacts when you do start talking, because then once you get used to it, you're the more.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you do get that release.
Yeah, it's that age-old saying as well, a problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah.
Very true. Even though it doesn't solve the problem, it does make it a lot less.
It does help, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Thank you for having me.